YouTube. I am doing a tack haul today. I went to a store that was closing that had 50 to 70% off of some stuff, and then I went to another store that didn't really have anything on sale, but like I looked there anyways, and I got two things there. So yeah, let's jump into it. Oh, also some stuff I got from like a month ago but like haven't used yet, and I've just kind of been collecting, so yeah. So first thing from the store that had the sales would be, first thing I found there that I was like, yeah, I'm getting this, would be this giant container of Biotic 8. I have Charlotte and Nally on this, and it's like 90 something dollars for this jug or container. And so half off, it was $45, which was like a really good deal. And if they would have had more than one, I would have completely stocked up. But this was the last one they had left, so I got it. And then next, I was like looking at like the bridles and stuff and just different tack that they had. And then I saw they had a bunch of weaver bridles. And I only needed another bridle, like I needed a hole in the head. But I went and looked, and I found two. And then I was like, I don't have money for this shit. I need to just get one. So I ended up picking this one. I believe it's called the Austin or something like that. And it's $104 on State Line Tack, and it was 91 Canadian and then half off, so it was also like 40 something dollars. But yeah, I like that it has the little ties here instead of the Chicago screws, and I think it's really pretty. I don't have any tack to match this, but that's just another excuse to buy more tack. And what else did I find? I got looking at the books at the place with the sale, and like I think these books are new, but they're like kind of older books. So this one was supposed to be $37 Canadian, so half off it was, I don't remember if it was like 11, or no, it was 70% off, so I don't remember if it was like 11 or $13. I think this one was 11. So it is called the Performance Mare, maximizing what your mare does best, and it has like all these subcategories basically, and it's really interesting. I flipped through it a little bit. It just kind of has like different mares that have excelled in certain sports and why mares are better than geldings and that kind of thing. So it's really interesting, and just like what people look for in mares and just kind of all different stuff like that. So that was really good. And then I found this other book, which I think will be good for Nally in the future when she's a little bit older, which is Making the Young Horse the Rational Way. It's like mainly English based, but like it has a lot of the same principles of starting a horse pretty much across the board. And just has all different stuff like about balance and just like levels of training, like once they do this, fine, then you can move on to this kind of thing, like kind of basic stuff, but like it also just has like different kind of troubleshooting for if your horse does like weird stuff, like how this person or whoever solves it. And then it has a little bit on like conformation of the young horse and teeth and just kind of all sorts of stuff like that. So I think that'll be a really good book too. And then I found this measuring tape, which at first I thought was just like a regular measuring tape, but then I got looking at it, and it measures in hands and inches and centimeters. So I do not have a real measuring stick thing for my horses, and I never have, and I've never even had one near my horse to really even know what my horse measures. I have those little height and weight tape things that are like really flimsy, but I got this, and upon like playing with it, I've discovered that I think Tyree is like 14 or 14 one hand tie. Like there's no way she's 14-3. So like yeah, that's kind of hilarious, but like this would be good to like measure Nally and kind of keep track of like how she's growing, and like when it's nicer out, I'll measure all my horses, and then I'll actually know how tall my horses are, because I kind of just guess. Like I'm thinking Charlotte's not as tall as what I thought she was, and that Tyree's a lot shorter than I thought she was. Emily, I think, is close to what I thought she was, but the other two, there's no way Tyree's 14-2 or 14-3. She's like 14-14-1, and like I'm thinking Charlotte's like 15-2, but at one point someone told me Charlotte was 16 hand size. I don't know. And I got this hoof pick, which is the Noble Outfitter hoof pick with also the beer bottle opener on the end, so that'll be good in the summer. And they had two sizes. This is like the junior one because I have like really tiny hands, and like I just thought this would be more stable to be able to like get my hand around it versus the bigger one where my hand like barely could fit around it. So I've never had one of these. I had looked at one at the Royal Winter Fair and thought about getting it, but it was $14. And I was like, I have tons of hoof picks, but like I kind of just really wanted to try it. So this one was $9 and then half off, so it was like $4 something. Oh, also this was supposed to be $10. So I got it for $5. I probably wouldn't buy this for $10, but since it was like 5 something, I figured like why not? Like I don't know how much I'll really use it, but I really like those the height and the weight tape, the fabricy ones, but the only thing I don't like about them is almost anytime I use them, if I have a horse that's like moving around or whatever, and like how you have to stick your foot on the end to get the height and stuff, like it always ends up getting covered in shit and mud and wet. So like I would really like to find one of the weight ones that's like coated in plastic or something, because like the one I have is just like disgusting because it's 6 years old now. Anyways, moving on. The store that I went to that didn't have a sale, that didn't really have a lot of stuff, I got 2 things there. I got this sponge that is some special kind of sponge that I've looked at Greenhawk. It's some kind of like environmentally safe sponge. It says I can't speak. An environmentally conscious product, CFC free, cruelty free, and organic coloring, and made in Canada. Wring Me Out improves with use, can be sterilized, machine washable. So I really have like no idea why this sponge is so special, but I just wanted one a long time ago because I thought like, oh, it's an expensive sponge, like it has to be like good or something, right? But I never bought one because this one's supposed to be $9, and it was on like a 70% clearance rack, so it was $2 or $3. I don't really remember. But like it feels really weird. Like it feels like foam. Like it doesn't really even feel like a sponge. So I'm kind of nervous to see how this is gonna work. But I mean, whatever. It's worth a try. And then, so the other thing I got there was this Equine America Fungusol shampoo. And it's basically just for any fungus among us, like rain rot, ringworm, girth itch, dew poisoning, scratches. It's made with tea tree oil. It also says it's good for dry, flaky skin. So I'm curious to just give everybody a bath with this in the spring because everybody here is like super itchy and like scratching on the sheds and the trees, and I don't think they have lice. I know that Emily just gets really, really itchy in the spring until I clip her, and then after I clip her she kind of settles down, but it smells really good. It's really blue. It just smells like really strong tea tree oil. I had the Mane and Tail Protect or whatever it's called, the one that's for like fungus stuff, but I ran out of it, so I figured I would try this one. This one was $16, and it's actually made by Absorbing, so curious to see how it does with my fancy little sponge I got. And then, so I'm coming down the home stretch here. I got the Uncle Jimmy Licky thing package that had the holder and then the 3 inserts, I guess. And I have the package and one of the inserts out, and I'm gonna go hang it up in a while. So I only have these 2 in here, but the whole thing was $36 for the holder and then 3 of these, which I've bought this exact thing before. But I don't normally buy, like I normally just put Lickets in the Uncle Jimmy holder because these are a lot more expensive than Lickets. However, I think they're a lot healthier because they actually have like corn and oats and stuff in them, and it isn't just like pure sugar and dye. Like my horses love Lickets, but Tyree eats a whole Licket in a day. So these I have found do last a lot longer and are not as full of junk, which is good. I've been curious to give Nally one of these, but I don't know if like a horse that young should have that much sugar or like have a toy really, because I don't really know what she'll do with it, and I don't want Emily to get access to it or she'll probably like founder or something. So I got those, and there's the molasses, the carrot, and the mint, and then just the hanger and like a little clip thing. It doesn't come with anything to hang it up, which is kind of a pain in the ass. I was gonna buy the Lick-It holder, like the actual Lick-It one, but TSC doesn't sell those, and that's where I was when I bought this. So yeah. And then, what else do I have? I guess this is just the last thing I have left. Tyree is on this, and I had to buy more of it because we were getting low on it. So it's just the Triacta HA. She's been on this for, oh god, over 2 months now, I think. Yeah. She was on it a long time ago when she had injured her leg, and this had helped her get better a lot faster. She's just getting some issues, like she's not lame or anything, but she's kind of becoming an old lady, and a little bit stiff when you first start working with her, and she's always had joints that click that have never been a big deal. Like, vets aren't worried about it, like it's just kind of calcium deposits on the joints kind of thing. But since I've bought this, the clicking noise has went a lot quieter and is not as often, so I feel like it's definitely helping her, and I have noticed she's moving a little bit better. She's kind of all gone to shit now though, because the ground has froze and her feet are bruised and really, really sore again. So yeah, this is just the maximum strength one. It's $120 for this container. It lasts 45 days, and it says helps build healthy cartilage, promote lubrication, support normal joint function. And it has glucosamine sulfate, glucosamine hydrochloride, MSM, chondroitin, is that how you say that? Sulfate, and hyaluronic acid. So yeah, and it's made in Canada. I've had her just on MSM, and I've also had her just on glucosamine, and I've had her on Omega Alpha's Sinew X, but this one definitely takes the cake. I don't like feeding Tyree any kind of liquid supplement because she hates being syringe fed stuff, so the powders I can just sprinkle on the food and not have a horse trying to kill me, so that's great. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this wasn't too long and too terrible. So yeah, I'll see you later.